Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this Saturday matinee special of women's college basketball. Brian Snow here with you as we get everything together and ready. It's the Kansas Jayhawks and the number 7 ranked Kansas State Wildcats, and the Wildcats are going to have to play this game shorthanded because they will be without their fabulous center Ayoka Lee, who will be sidelined for the next 4 weeks. The senior out of Byron, Minnesota, first-team All-American last year, all Big 12 selection preseason this year, averaging 19.8 points per game, 8.2 rebounds per game. So they're going to have to play. They're going to play this shorthanded. Serena Sundell and Gabby Gregory are two of the X factors to watch as they come to you from Bramlage Coliseum in Manhattan, Kansas. S'Mya Nichols, the fabulous freshman, is the player to watch for Kansas. Kansas will get the opening tip in the road blue uniforms, top and bottom, with the white numbers trimmed in red. It's Mayberry at the controls, over to the right side for Kelly Kirkester, who punches it underneath, and it's stolen. The Cats have it, and on the run is Jalen Glenn. Glenn into the front court, feeds it out to the right side for Sundell, who has it to throws it to the right side for Gregory. Gregory punches it low, a back pass underneath, and the layup is good. Cutting to the basket for the layup, and Kansas State has the first couple of points for the game with that Mayberry, S'Mya Nichols, Holly Kirkester, Zakiya Franklin, and Tiana Jackson, the starting 5 on the floor for Kansas. And at the controls is Mayberry. Mayberry on the drive, pitches it to the right corner for Jackson. Jackson on the drive into the lane, reverse layup blocked, but a foul called. And to the free throw line comes their fabulous freshman, S'Mya Nichols. At the pivot today for Kansas State is Gisela Sanchez, the 6'3" redshirt sophomore, originally played at the University of Arizona. Here's Nichols to the free throw line, leading the team at 14.1 points per game, and she bottoms the free throw, making the score 2-1. 9:04 left in the first quarter. The right-hander gets ready, offers the second free throw, good. We play with 10-minute quarters with a 30-second shot clock. And now Kansas trots it up. In the front court is Gregory. Sundell off to the left. Sundell on the drive to the left baseline. Pitch out. Sanchez 3. Rimming no. Rebound chased down by Kansas. Kirkester has it to Mayberry. Mayberry dumps it underneath. Turnaround shot in the lane is good for Tiana Jackson. And Jackson, averaging 12.4 points per game, gives Kansas the early lead at 4-2. They have it on the right side to Jalen Glenn. Glenn has it back in the left corner. Out front, Sanchez. Sanchez fakes, holds, and looks. Now they pitch it to the right side for Emily Greer. And Greer's 3 is good, making the score 5-4 in favor of Kansas State. 8:14 left in the opening quarter. Briley Glenn hits that 3. Mayberry at the controls. Feeds it left side and out of bounds, and Kansas State causes a turnover, and the Wildcats get it back. Glad you're with us here on this Saturday matinee. First of 2, possibly 3 that we'll have for you on the channel this afternoon. Dancing on the dribble is Sanchez. Sanchez on the move. Pitch out to the right corner for Gregory. Gregory spins right of the lane. Hands up. And it's Sanchez who has into the right corner. She's trapped, looking for an elbow. Offensive foul will be the call on Gisela Sanchez. Sanchez got trapped in the corner by Jackson and Nichols, and they do get the offensive foul called. Mayberry trots it up. 7:43 left in the first quarter, 25 on the shot clock. Mayberry angles right. Out front, Nichols. Nichols dumps the pass under to Jackson. She goes up and walked. Jeff Mittie in his 10th season at the head coach of Kansas. And now onto the floor for the first time is Imani Lester. Lester, 6'4", out of Raleigh, North Carolina, the redshirt freshman who played at Louisville. Here's a three on the way, rimming no. Rebound taken down by Jackson. Flip ahead, it comes to Mayberry. Mayberry in the front court. Stutter step move, right of the lane, goes all the way in. Pitch out, stolen. Gregory has it at the controls. Gregory on the move. That pass tipped away and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cats. They'll have 25 on the shot clock. They'll have 25 on the shot clock. Foul line extended right. They look to come in. Gregory has it at the controls on the move. Right of the lane. Goes all the way in. Dump pass underneath for Lester. Pitch out left wing three is no good. Rebound taken down by Jackson. She's got 4 early rebounds. Mayberry trots it up. Mayberry in the front court. Finds Jackson. Jackson now finds Nichols. Nichols on the move. Right of the lane. Has the top of the circle. This is Mayberry. A three from the left wing. Rimming no. Rebound taken down by Jalen Glenn. Here comes Kansas State. It's Glenn with a two-hand pass ahead. Now they have it low left to Glenn. Briley Glenn. Out front it comes to Sundell. Sundell to Briley Glenn. Works it left of the lane. Comes back out. 18-footer by Lester. No good. Rebound chase to the floor. Comes out to Kirgister. Here she comes on the move. Kirgister, stutter step move. Has it down the lane. Had it blocked out of bounds. And it was blocked out. It was blocked out of bounds by Sundell, the 6'1" junior from Maryville, Missouri. Now Nichols has it back. Feeds it right side. Kirgister's three. In and out. Rebound tip to the floor. Kirgister gets it back. Kirgister on the move. Right of the lane. Comes back out with a fresh shot clock. Out front, Nichols. Nichols backs up on the dribble between the rings. Nichols on the drive, right of the lane. Goes all the way in, spins, lean in, flip. Yes! And that's her first bucket. And now Kansas has the lead 6-5. We're under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sundell at the controls. Sundell. Out front it comes to Lester. Lester works it right of the lane. They punch it low, and we get a foul as they look for Gregory underneath. That foul is charged to Nichols. That'll be her first, and 2 fouls on Kansas. All right, we seem to have gotten everything organized, and on the inbounds pass, Kansas comes up with a steal. Nichols brings it up this time. Nichols stutter step move, works it left of the lane, had the ball poked away, no foul. Oh, we do get a foul. It's an offensive foul. And Nichols is getting beat up early on. That's the second foul against Kansas. And she'll have to come out. Lester gets some last-second instructions from her coach. 6-5 Kansas, 5.5 remaining in the first quarter in the Dillon Sunflower Showdown from Manhattan, Kansas. On the left side is Jalen Glenn. Glenn punches it underneath, and we get another turnover. This game has been full of turnovers so far. 6-5 Kansas. 5 turnovers against the Jayhawks, 2 against Kansas State. Out front, it comes right down the lane, and we get a foul called. And let's see who the foul is on. It'll be on Lester. That'll be her first, and the team's third. It's the Dillon Sunflower Showdown this afternoon here on Snowman Multimedia. Thank you all for joining us. We got some early commenters. We'll get to you after the first timeout. The free throw is no good, off the back of the rim. And now in for Kansas State is Eliza Maupin out of Webster Groves, Missouri. The second attempt on the way is no good. They missed 2 free throws, and the rebound is taken down by Jalen Glenn. Now in the front court is Ziana Walker. Sundell on the move, right of the lane, drives it right baseline to the hoop and lays it up and in. Serena Sundell gives the Wildcats a 7-6 lead, under 5 to go in the quarter. Out to the right side is Ryan Cobbins. Cobbins with a 3 from the right wing. That's no good. Rebound snatched down by Kansas State. And here they come on the push as Briley Glenn at the control. Stops 3-point stripe. Here's a 3 from the left wing, and that's good. Their second 3-point goal from distance. And it's now 10-6 in favor of Kansas State. Their biggest lead so far of a rapidly moving first quarter. Here's Mayberry. Swings it right side to left side to Cobbins. Cobbins at the controls finds Laya Conessa, who's in the game. The freshman has trouble with the dribble, falls down on the dribble, and we get a foul called on Jalen Glenn. So Jalen Glenn, who knocked down the 3 a moment ago, is called for the foul here. We have a timeout on the floor. 4:44 left in the first. It is Kansas State 10 and Kansas 6. And let's go to the comment section in lieu of a break. Play-by-play with JJ is the first one in, coming in with some fire. Thank you very much. I'm not all the way back yet, but thank you for the compliments. The big dog Shane Lake, our one of our content producers, says the super producer checking in. I appreciate it. And JJ gives me one of my lessons, left to right or right to left. Thank you, JJ, for that. Next thing you know, Snowman's going to cover the Daytona 500. That will be interesting. That will require me to be an auctioneer. Sounds like the refs are calling a lot of offensive fouls early. This is going to be a closely monitored contest. I believe it's going to be close. It's going to be closely monitored. So I want to thank all the early folks for checking in. If you feel so inclined and you like what you hear, consider making a donation to Tallman Dr. K50 on the Cash App or Snowman or at Snowman2172 on PayPal. And you can support the Snowman Stadium Tour at GoFundMe.com/F/Snowman Stadium Tour. As for me, I am Brian Snow and I want to welcome you into our Saturday matinee play-by-play broadcast. We have the Packers and the 49ers later tonight. And there may be a second football game coming. So we will keep you updated on everything as it happens here on the channel. Women's basketball is going to be our feature. It's going to be our feature. 10-6 our score. As we have 4:21 remaining in the first quarter. They're at Bramlage Coliseum in Manhattan, Kansas. Want to make sure that the stats are always updated and always ready. Packers 49ers, that's a late game tonight. It's going to be some heat, especially in San Francisco. No, I won't, because we're going to blow the Packers out. The Packers are going to get demobilized. I mean, I'm glad of the fact that they took care of Dallas, but they're going to get taken care of tonight. Now that could totally change. Keys to victory tonight for Kansas. They have to go to the post, and they're going to make their defense turn into offense. They got to for Kansas State. They got to rest and prep, and they got to hunt some 3-point goals. On the floor for Kansas, it's Mayberry, Jackson, Conessa, Nichols, and Kerskider. For Kansas State, Walker, who's on the floor for the first time, Glenn Sundell. Both Glens are on the floor, and that's Jalen Glenn and Briley Glenn. Kansas has it moving right to left in the top and bottom blue uniforms. Here's Nichols. Nichols with a hook pass over to the left side for Kiergeister. Kiergeister back to Nichols. Nichols swings it left corner to Mayberry. Mayberry stops foul line. Now out to Carson for 3. That bangs off the back of the rim. No good. And the rebound is taken down by Kansas State. Jalen Glenn at the controls. Glenn in the front court to the left side for Braylon Glenn. Glenn gives it back to Walker. Walker has it back on the right wing. Scissor dribble, works her way in the lane, lean in, flip, block, but a foul called, and Jalen Glenn will shoot a pair. Kansas has the ball. Kansas State has the ball moving left to right in the first half. Thank you, JJ, for that. And right to left goes Kansas. 3:48 left in the first quarter. And to the free throw line is Ziana Walker. The redshirt freshman out of Wichita, Kansas, offers the free throw. No good off the side of the rim. S'Mya Walker on the year, shooting 82% from the free throw line. The second attempt on the way is good as she splits a pair here, and Kansas State has the biggest lead at 5 at 11-6 and 3:45 remaining in the first quarter. Mayberry at the controls finds Nichols. Nichols swings it right side to Kiersgerter. Kiersgerter back to Mayberry on the right wing, dancing on the dribble to the top of the circle, feeds it to Carson in the left corner, 11 to shoot. Carson spins on the dribble, comes back outside, ball tipped away. Mayberry gets it back, 15-footer, in and out, rebound snatched down by Sundell. Back comes Kansas State left to right. Sundell at the controls. Standing dribble off to the right. 3:15 left opening quarter. Sundell on the drive. Works it right baseline. Trapped. Ball off her foot. And Kansas comes up with a steal. And we get a kicking violation. So the shot clock is reset to 20. And Franklin is on the floor for the first time. Zakia Franklin, the 5'8 super senior out of Lakeland, Florida. Here's Glenn. Spins right of the lane. Comes up shooting and hitting. Jalen Glenn, the junior from Kansas City, extends the lead to 7, 13-6. And 2:59 left in the opening quarter. Nichols backs out between the rings, calls a play out front. Leans over the dribble against Glenn. 8-0 run by Kansas State. Here's Nichols palming the ball, no foul call. Nichols lost the dribble, able to get it back top of the circle, works it right of the lane, goes all the way in, lost the ball. It's tipped out. It'll stay with Kansas with 9 on the shot clock. Christopher Hall just subbed to the channel. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Baseline right, they look to come in. We got a fundraising goal through all of our streams to get $200 today. Let's see if we can make that happen. Here's Kiersgerter. Works it right baseline. Out to Nichols. Left corner of Franklin. For 3. Nope. And the rebound snatched down by Sundell. Here comes Kansas State left to right in the white uniforms, top and bottom, purple numbers trimmed in black. Sundell, standing dribble, picks up her dribble. Now they dump it down low to Glenn. Glenn comes back outside. Briley Glenn has it at the controls between the rings. Works it left of the lane. Lost the ball going up. Forces the shot up. No good. Rebound foul. No good. Foul called. And to the free throw line will come Maupin for Kansas State. Eliza Maupin, the 6'3 sophomore from Webster Groves High School in Webster Groves, Missouri, will head to the line. 13-6, Kansas State with the lead. They are in the midst of a 10-0 run. 17-1 on the year. They've won 11 in a row. They're 6-0 in the Big 12. Maupin's free throw, short. Who is on the call on the Kansas radio network? Let me find that out for you, Chris. Matter of fact, I can find that out for you right now. The second attempt on the way is good as Maupin splits a pair of free throws. Kansas State so far 4 for 6 from the free throw line. They lead by 8, 14-6, as Maupin will check out for the first time. Gregory is back in. Mayberry at the controls finds Kiersgerter. Out front it comes to Nichols. Nichols finds Franklin. Franklin right of the key finds Mayberry. Mayberry scissor dribble, works it left of the lane, fakes, comes back out. Kiersgerter on the drive in from the right, poked away. Kansas State with another steal. They run ahead to Walker. Walker stops right of the lane, comes back out to side to Sundell, drives right baseline, jump pass back out to Glenn, a 3 from the left wing, in and out. Rebound snatched down by Nichols. Back comes Kansas down 8, 1:44 left in the opening quarter. Here comes Nichols. That ball poked away. Kiersgerter gets it back. Drives right to the lane. Had a shot block. Cleared by Kansas State. Here come the Wildcats on the push left to right. In the front court is Sundell. Feeds it right side. Franklin's 3 out of the corner. Short. Ball's taken down by Mayberry. Back comes Kansas with 80 seconds left in the first quarter. 14-6. Kansas State with the lead. Mayberry scissor dribble out front. Feeds it right side to Franklin. Back to the left side, to the right side for Kiersgerter. Kiersgerter fakes. Now finds Franklin. Franklin steps with an 18-footer. That's no good. Another rebound for Kansas State, and here they come again. Walker in the front court finds Sundell. Sundell works it right baseline with a scissor dribble. Sundell stops, feeds it right side to Glenn. Glenn on the right wing. Back to the left side for Gregory. In the left corner is Walker. Walker on the drive in from the left, forces a shot up. No, but a foul called, and Walker will shoot 2. I was posed a question of who was on the call for the Kansas State radio network. And I'll find that out for you right now as Walker heads to the free throw line. We're inside of the BetUS.com final minute. The first attempt on the way is good, and the lead is up to 9, 15-6. Kansas has not scored in the last 4 minutes. The second attempt on the way is good, and it's a 10-point lead. It's a 10-point lead, I beg your pardon. 16-6, and on the floor for the first time for Kansas State is Terrence Sides out of Phillipsburg, Kansas. Mayberry in the front court, dancing on the dribble outside right. 40 seconds for the quarter. On the left side is Franklin. They dump it into Nichols, forces her way into the lane. That shot's blocked, but a foul called. And that foul will be charged to Briley Glenn, the 5'11 junior from Kansas City. So Kansas will reset. No, it's Walker. It's Nichols who heads to the free throw line and rims the free throw no good. 16-6 our score, 36.3 left in the first quarter. The second attempt on the way. That stays out. Glenn the rebound. Here comes Kansas State with a 6-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Now they drive right down the lane and they lay it in as Walker. 18-6, Kansas State with the lead. They have scored, I believe, 14 in a row. Now they feed it in the right corner to Nichols. Nichols on the drive right of the lane, bangs the shot up, no good. Foul called. She'll shoot two with 12.6 left in the opening quarter. And nobody covered Walker flying to the hole. I mean, that lane opened up. That lane opened up like the Red Sea. I'm a big Kansas State fan from Oklahoma. Well, I got a treat for you, Chris, because Wednesday I'll have the Red River rivalry in women's basketball, Oklahoma and Texas. The free throw on the way is good, and that ends the run. And that free throw is good for Zakiya Franklin. 18-7 our score. 12.6 left in the opening quarter. The second attempt on the way is good. 18-8, 10 seconds. 8 seconds, now 8, now 7 in the front court. Sundell working her way to the right. 5, 4, 3, out front Glenn. 2, 1. They bounce it to the right side. Here's a 3 on the way that'll close the quarter. It's no good for Gregory, but what a quarter for Kansas State. Is Kansas State 18 and Kansas 8. What a quarter for the Kansas State Wildcats, the 7th-ranked Wildcats, who have won 11 in a row, are off and running. So we're going to take a break here to get resituated, and when we come back in 2 minutes, I'll have an answer for Chris Hall, who asked me who was the Kansas State women's basketball broadcast team, which is what I've been trying to research here. All right, let's take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, the second quarter of Kansas and Kansas State after this.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
Kansas and Kansas State as the Wildcats lead 18-8 at the end of the first quarter. Ryan, the Aces and Hawkeyes guy, good to have you in with us. I will be here with you on Wednesday for Oklahoma and Texas. That'll come from the Moody Center in Austin, Texas, and I'll be happy to have that call for you. Oh man, lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Second quarter has it. Second quarter's underway as Kansas State has it. They lob it underneath the mountain and she lays it in. What a play. That starts the second quarter, and Kansas State now leads by 12, 20-8. This equals their largest lead. 9:39 left in the first half. Here's Mayberry. Now has it on the right side for Franklin. Franklin holds and looks. Now in the game is Telegdi. There we go. Telegdi on the drive into the lane, pitches out to Kierskater. Kierskater with a bounce pass to Telegdi, back to Kierskater, 7 to shoot, a long 3 is an air ball, and that will fall out of bounds. And the ball will belong to Kansas State. S'Mya Nichols out of Hungary, 6'3" sophomore in the game for the first time for Kansas. Sundell at the controls, now finds Franklin to Gregory. Gregory has it on the right wing. Gregory now has it back to Sundell, left side. Sundell picks up her dribble after a couple of bounces to the right side for Glenn. Low right to Gregory. Gregory comes out foul line, holds and looks, bounce pass right baseline Mapen. Underneath to Gregory, forces a shot up, no good, until Legdy picks up the rebound. 8:50 left in the half. Now right baseline Franklin, the lefty jumper, rimming, no. Rebound taken down by Kansas as Cobbins has it this time. They'll reset. Out front to Legdy. Legdy spins left of the lane. Works her way in, forces a shot up, no good. Rebound taken down by Glenn. Jalen Glenn brings it up. Left to right come the Kansas State Wildcats. Gregory has it this time. Kansas 2 of 14 in the field goal department, and we have 8:20 left in the first half. Gregory has it out front. On the drive right of the lane. Fakes, forces a shot up, blocked. Ball on the floor, tipped out of bounds. Which way? Stays with Kansas State with 8:15 left in the half, and they'll have 10 on the shot clock. Hope I'm doing you guys proud. Remember, tomorrow it's Iowa and Ohio State. Gisela Sanchez back on the floor. Eliza Maupin checks out. So it's Glenn Sundell, Glenn Gregory, and Sanchez. Both Glens are on the floor for Kansas State. They're both out of Kansas City. Sanchez has it in the right corner. 8 to shoot. Sanchez on the drive with a left-handed dribble. Pitches it out, a 3 for Sundell. Good from the right corner. 23-8 in favor of Kansas State. 8 minutes left in the first half. This is their biggest lead of the afternoon. Telegdi has it this time to Franklin. Franklin holds and looks. Now out front it comes to Telegdi. I keep saying it wrong. I apologize for that. That basket's good. No basket. Foul call. I look down for a second. And that basket is good. It is good for S'Mya Nichols. And Nichols has 8 points with a chance for 9. Walker back in for Kansas State. Nichols to the free throw line. It's good to see her back in the ball game. I think she got hit in the eye earlier. Her free throw on the way. Rims in, and the lead is down to 12, 23-11. 7:46 remains in the first half, and Walker brings it up. Walker across into the front court outside right. Works the top of the circle. Back to the left side for Glenn. Glenn leans over the dribble, looking to attack. Briley Glenn gives it to Sanchez. Back to Glenn. Back door. Missed the layup. Ball tipped. Out of bounds. It belonged to Kansas. I think a lot of people, Chris, have a big crush on Caitlin Clark for the Iowa Hawkeyes. I love how she plays. Here's Nichols in the front court. Nichols finds Kierskatter. Kierskatter back out to Mayberry. Mayberry finds Telegdi, left of the circle. Finds Nichols. Left corner three by Mayberry is too long. Rebound tipped on the floor. It comes down to Kansas State, and we get a loose ball foul against Cobbins. (23-11) and 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's Sundell out to Sanchez. Sanchez right of the lane. 20-footer. Got it. Smooth jumper. 25-11 in favor of 7th-ranked Kansas State, who has won 11 in a row. Out front it comes to Nichols. Nichols leans over the dribble, works away left of the lane. Now hands it off to Mayberry. Out front, Kierskatter. Kierskatter finds Telegdi. Back to Nichols. Nichols standing dribble, works it left of the lane. Over the top pass intended for Telegdi. It's out of bounds. And Kansas State forces yet another turnover. That's the 7th turnover against Kansas. And now Franklin is back in for the Jayhawks. Here comes Walker in the front court. Works it left of the lane to the free throw line. Stops right of the lane. Pitch back outside to Sanchez. Sanchez looks for a backdoor. Didn't get it. Now finds Glenn. Glenn in the left corner for Sundell. Back to Glenn. Went up. Out of bounds. It'll belong to It'll belong to Kansas. 25-11. Kansas State with the lead. 6:13 remains in the first half. Nichols trots it up right to left for the Jayhawks. They got to get something going. They got to get something going fast. Here's Franklin. Feeds it right side. Three for Kierskatter. No good. Rebound underneath to Franklin. Underneath to Cobbins, and she lays it in. And the lead is back down to 12. Under 6 to go in the first half. Sanchez back to Sundell. Pitch out to Glenn. A three from the left wing. Yep. 28-13. Franklin bangs home another. Walker bangs home another three. That's her first three of the afternoon. She's got 8 points. 2 of 4 from distance. 28-13. This matches the biggest lead at 15. Out front to Legby. On the left side is Nichols. Nichols comes back out front to Cobbins. Cobbins swings it right side to Kierskatter, who drives all the way in and lays it in. 28-15. 5:15 remains in the first half. So we'll have this game for you. We'll have the Packers and 49ers later tonight. And here's Sanchez, a three from the right wing. It's too long. And the rebound chased down by Kierskatter. Kierskatter brings it up halfway home in the second quarter. Nichols with a wraparound dribble in the left corner. Stops, fakes a three, looking for help, comes back out front to Cobbins. Cobbins swings it right side to Franklin. Franklin backs up on the dribble with 14 to shoot. They go over the top and underneath to Cobbins, who lays it in, and the lead is down to 11. 28-17 and 4:40 remaining in the first half. Sundell brings it up, finds Franklin on the left wing. Franklin, standing dribble. Out front, Sanchez. Right side, Glenn. Right corner, Sundell. Drives all the way right baseline and lays it in. Sundell with 6. And the lead is 13 again, 30-17. And 4:20 remaining in the first half. Nichols at the controls. Finds Kierskatter. Franklin has it back to Legby. Hands it back to Franklin, right to left. Now they have it loaded Nichols. Nichols had the ball stripped, gets it back. Double team in the lane, comes back out to Legby. Left corner is Franklin. Franklin drives left baseline and shoots it in. So the lead is down to 11, under 4 to go in the first half. 30-19 in favor of Kansas State. Here's Franklin on the drive, left of the lane. The lefty hook, rims out. Rebound taken down by S'Mya Nichols. Nichols trots it up right to left for Kansas. Nichols in the front court. Backs up, fakes a three. Now plays it to Kierskatter. Out front it comes to Cobbins. Cobbins swings it right side to Franklin. Franklin holds and looks with 15 to shoot, drives left baseline and shoots it in and draws the foul. So a free throw coming for Franklin, and that will send us to a timeout. 3:29 remaining in the first quarter, and don't look now, but the Jayhawks have it back down to single digits. It is Kansas State 30 and Kansas 21 with a free throw to come when you all get back.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan. Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of my favorite folks, Big Al High is with us, says, come on with that Sunflower Showdown. I saw it and I had to have it, Al. I'm glad you're in, glad you're enjoying it. Williams Hugo 28, best women's prospect ever, Caitlin Clark. I got no argument with that. Chris, I never got an answer for you. I'll find the answer of who's the lead voice for Kansas State women's basketball at halftime. Meanwhile, here, it's 30-21 in favor of Kansas State. They've led by as many as 15. 2 fouls on the Wildcats, only 1 on the Jayhawks. We have 3:29 remaining in the first half, and they'll have a free throw coming up. And this is the closest that Kansas has been in a long time. They trailed by as many as 15. I can't wait till I really, really get well and get my health back in order so I can cover these games in person and really bring it to you guys the way it needs to be brought to you. Franklin gets ready. The lefty free throw in and out and back in again. And suddenly it's an 8-point game. Cobbins, Canessa, Nichols, Papadolo, and Franklin for Kansas. Walker, Glenn, Sundell, Glenn, and Lester for the Wildcats. Here's Lester, low left, backs in, swinging right-handed hook, bank no good, rebound taken down by Papadolo, and here comes Kansas. Out front it comes to Nichols with a chance to cut it to 6 or 5 with a long one. Cobbins has it back this time to Franklin. Franklin with a backdoor to Cobbins. She lays it in. It's a 6-point game. A 15-point lead has been sliced to 6 with 2:50 remaining in the first half. Out front it comes to Glenn. Briley Glenn, scissor dribble off to the left. Glenn feeds it to Jalen Glenn in the right corner, Franklin. Franklin comes out on the dribble with 11 to shoot. Franklin works it left of the lane, now finds Lester. 18-footer. Nope. Rebound on the floor, taken by Kansas. Now a chance to make it a 4-point game, or 3 with a long one. Here's Nichols in the front court. Nichols hands it this time to Cobbins, and Cobbins lost the ball out of bounds. So that ends that chance with 2:21 remaining in the first half. 8th turnover against Kansas, And that is what's safely keeping Kansas State in front. Maupin in, and out is Lester. Talegdi on the floor for Kansas. Let's set your lineups. Cobbins, Canessa, Nickel, Franklin, and Talegdi on the floor for Kansas. Both Glens, Walker, Sundell, and Maupin for Kansas State. 14 to shoot. Here comes Sundell. Bounce pass to Maupin. Had it back. Goes up. Scores off the glass. That gives her 4 in the game. And that lead is now stretched to 8. 32-24 and 150 remaining in the first half of play. Nichols has it on the move to the right. Finds Franklin on the weave. Franklin has it out front. Back to the left side for Cobbins. Cobbins swings it in the left corner to Nichols. Back low left, low right. Cobbins goes up, scores again. Oh, she missed that. I beg your pardon. Lead is 8. 90 seconds left in the first half. Glenn to Glenn. Here's Briley Glenn on the drive into the lane. Spins, comes back out Sundell. Right side is Walker. Walker dancing on the dribble on the right wing. Now finds Sundell. Sundell pounds a dribble with the right hand with 10 to shoot. Sundell on the has it right baseline 3. Rimming no. Rebound taken down by Franklin. 1:10 left in the first half. Kansas State 32, Kansas 24. Here's Nichols on the drive into the lane. Bumps into Maupin. A right-handed hook, no good. Foul called. That's their first in the last 2 minutes. As Maupin will pick up the foul. Don't forget, tomorrow we have Iowa and Ohio State in women's basketball. 11:45 will be our pregame show. High noon is the tip time. Now on the right side is Nichols. Nichols dumps it low to Cobbins. Cobbins holds and looks right baseline. Spins, backs away in. A lefty hook. Good. Lead back down to 6. 32-26. 50 seconds left in the first half. Kansas State came out playing great, but Kansas have fought their way back into this ball game looking for their 3rd win in conference play. Here's Glenn on the drive, left baseline, spins, back out Sundell, right side Jalen Glenn. Jalen Glenn into the lane, comes back out to Sundell, out front Briley Glenn, back to Sundell on the right baseline, 10 to shoot. Sundell with a cross-court pass left to Franklin. Walker, beg your pardon, Walker spins in the lane, right-handed jump shot, no good. Maupin had the rebound, fell down on the dribble, and we get a foul with 22 seconds left in the first half, and that foul will be charged to Franklin. And the shot clock was running out, which forced a shot by Walker. Now Gregory back in for Kansas State. (32-26), 22 seconds left in the first half, 20 on the shot clock, 2-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Sundell has it after the controls. Let's see if they'll play for one, and it looks like they will. Sundell between the circles. Sundell on the move to the left, works off the Gregory screen. Gregory has it out front, 18-footer, nope. Line drive rebound on the floor, taken by Nichols, a chance to cut it to 4, 3, 2, 1. Nichols, 15-footer, nope. And that's the half. So we're done with a half. From Bramlage Coliseum in Manhattan, Kansas, and your score in the Dillon Sunflower Showdown is Kansas State 32 and Kansas 26. We'll come back with the halftime stats and a whole lot more after this on this Saturday matinee special of women's college basketball on Snowman Multimedia. We'll be back. All right, halftime, 32-26, Kansas State with the lead. And let's take a look at the first half stats. For Kansas State, Walker led them with 8 points in the game. 7 for Sundell off the bench. Sanchez finished with a pair, but also had 3 assists, but picked up 2 personal fouls. Sundell had 7. Gregory was scoreless in the first half. Let's get our screen ready here as we are ready to go to the third quarter. You know what I did? I went and cuddled up with my wife, and she gave me a massage and all kinds of stuff. So I got a massage at halftime. I had to take care of my dog, which I did, And in between games, I'm going to, what the heck am I going to do? I got to go feed the rabbits. That's what I have to do. This doggone mouse is not working well at all today. I don't know why. We'll have the Ravens and the Texans. We'll probably pick that game up in process. My two favorite players today in women's college basketball, Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers. I hope I said that right. Paige Beckers from UConn. Kansas has cut a 15-point lead down to 6 as we get ready to start the second half of the game. Victor Locke joins from Chicago. Thank you, Victor, for joining us. And let's find out how the teams will begin the second half as Kansas will travel left to right as we see it and as you folks are watching and listening along at home with us. And I have decided it's going to be the first of 3 that we have today. Thomas Fitzpatrick in the house with us. I caught part of his stream. He was streaming hockey earlier. Thank you, Thomas, for stopping by. Cobbins at 6, Canessa with a pair, Nichols and Franklin each with 7 for Kansas. Sundell with 7, both Glens have 5, and Maupin with 5 off the bench for Kansas State, who shot 40% from the field in the first half. Kansas yet to hit a 3-point field goal. Kansas State was 4 of 11. And Kansas State 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Kansas 6 for 10. I do better without these. I have to use my glasses to read the stats here. Stars on the floor for the second half for Kansas State. Briley Glenn, Jalen Glenn, Serena Sundell, Gabby Gregory, and Eliza Maupin. That's the 5 on the floor for the homestanding Kansas State Wildcats. Meanwhile, as we have it so far, it's Cobbins, Canessa, Nichols, Franklin, and Telegdi for Kansas State. And as I say that, it's the lineup on the floor is Telegdi will start the second half. Papadola will also start the second half, joining starters Nichols, Kierskider, and Franklin. Franklin, the lefty, on the floor for Kansas. And we start the second half with Franklin at the controls. Telegdi has it right of the lane. Out front to Franklin. Franklin play hit left corner to Kierskider. Back to Franklin. Franklin on the approach, left of the lane. Out front, Nichols. Nichols back to Kierskider in the left corner. 13 to shoot. Telegdi with a 3 from the wing. That's a brick, and the rebound comes down to Kansas, and here they come on the push. Glenn Sundell, along with Briley Glenn, Gabby Gregory, and Gisela Sanchez, the 5 on the floor for Kansas State. So their entire starting lineup is on the floor. Gregory's 3, no good from the left wing. Rebound to Telegdi, hands to Nichols. Here comes Kansas left to right, 32-26. Kansas with the lead. Nichols on the drive, right in the lane. Spins in, backs in on Sanchez, shoots it up, no good. Sanchez had the rebound, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Kansas, and they'll have it with 19 on the shot clock. What are you guys' favorite? Who are you guys' favorite college basketball, women's college basketball players? A, right now, and B, of all time. I'll answer that question myself at our first break of the third quarter. Here's Mayberry to the right side. Kierskider's 3, no good, and Kansas still yet to hit a 3. Sanchez picks up the rebound. Sanchez trots it up. Sanchez in the front court, works her way left wing. Now over the top pass into Sundell. Pitch out right corner to Glenn. Glenn has it on the move against the Sanchez screen. Here is Sanchez. Backs away in on Telegdi. Fadeaway shot in the lane is short. Rebound taken down by Telegdi. Hands to Franklin. In the front court is Mayberry. Mayberry turns on the dribble, back out to Kierskider. Kierskider on the drive right of the lane, all the way to the hoop, lays it in, and Kansas is within 4. 32-28. Kierskider 4 points in the game. 8:25 left in the third quarter. Jalen Glenn has it on the left wing. Briley Glenn has it this time, left at the circle. Briley Glenn hands to Jalen Glenn. The Glenn sisters out of Kansas City, Missouri. Here's Briley Glenn, now finds Sundell. Whip pass underneath to Gregory, backs in, fakes, goes up, short, foul called on the floor. And that's one of the few times Gregory has been aggressive going to the basket this afternoon. Shane Lake is our coordinating producer. Michael Lyle, also our co-coordinating producer. Cole Johnson is our executive producer. Gabby Gregory to the free throw line, averaging 9 points and almost 4 assists per game. Gregory's free throw is good. The lead is 5, 33-28. Their third point of the third quarter. The second attempt on the way is good. 34-28, 8:08 left in the third quarter as Mayberry brings it up, calls a play out front to Nichols. Nichols on the move to the right, on the drive right of the lane, picks up the dribble, backs in, back outside, and a travel? We have a travel, or do we have an offensive foul? We have a travel. Christopher Hall says, I had Kansas City and 49ers with my Super Bowl, sticking with it. Over the top pass in the left corner to Glenn. Out front, Sundell. Sundell against a double team. Has it between the circles. Over the top pass underneath to Sanchez. Double fake. Shoots it in off the glass. And now the lead is back to 8, 36-28. It was a 6-point lead at the half. Kansas State has led all the way. They've led by as many as 15. Here's Franklin on the drive. Into the lane. Fakes. Lefty scoop. Good, and a foul called. Franklin with 9 and a chance for 10. Franklin has kept them in this ball game, especially with the play she's made with her left hand. Zakiya Franklin, 3 of 7 from the field. The free throw is good, and the lead is now 5 once again, 36-31. 2.5 gone in the third period. Sundell in the front court. Stutter step dribble. Works her way to the right corner. Sundell picks up her dribble. Finds Sanchez. Back to Sundell in the right corner. Works off the Sanchez screen. Sundell comes back out on the dribble. Ball poked away. Stolen by Kierskider. Kierskider on the drive. In on Sundell. Fake. Shoots. Missed. Ball on the floor. Out of bounds. It belongs to Kansas State. With 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Prime opportunity for Kansas to get back to within 3. But we're unable to do it. And a good job by Kierskider getting her hands in the passing lane, but was unable to finish against the 6'3 junior in Serena Sundell. 36-31. 3 minutes gone in the third quarter. That ball tipped out of bounds by Franklin, who worked her way into the passing lane on a pass intended for Briley Glenn. And now Jalen Glenn comes in, baseline. Foul line extended left. In play, it comes to Sundell. Sanchez out to Gregory for 3. Short. Rebound snatched down by Kierskider. Back comes Kansas left to right, down by 5. A chance to make it a 3-point game or 2 with a long one. Nichols backs up on the dribble. Calls a play out front. 20 on the shot clock. 6:45 left in the third quarter. Nichols leans over the dribble. Works her way to the left. Nichols on the drive. All the way to the left baseline. Goes up. Had it blocked by Sundell out of bounds. 6:35 left in the third quarter. Kansas will pull the trigger, baseline left, and they'll have 10 on the shot clock. Franklin looks to pull the trigger, baseline left. In play, it comes to Kierskider. Kierskider has it, 7 to shoot. Kierskider on the drive, out to Telegny, now to Nichols, 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Nichols fakes, lean in 10-footer, nope, foul called. With 2:10 on the shot clock, and Nichols will head back to the line, working on 7 points in the game. And Gregory is wondering, where did I commit the foul? I'll tell you what, S'Mya Nichols, the fabulous freshman, has been getting a beating today. 2 fouls against Kansas State. Gregory goes out with her 3rd foul. And that means Maupin will come back in. Nichols to the free throw line, working on 7, make it 8. And the lead is 4, 36-32. Remember, the Wildcats led by as many as 15. The second attempt on the way. Line drive rebound is missed. Line drive rebound to Sanchez. Now Jalen Glenn brings it up. Glenn in the front court to Briley Glenn with a straight-on three. Bullseye! 39-32, and Kansas State goes back up by 7. 6:10 left in the third period. Nichols trots it up at the controls, pounding a dribble with a right hand. Nichols on the move to the left, works off the screen from Cobbins. Nichols fakes. Hook pass underneath, stolen by Maupin. Here come the Kansas State Wildcats right to left. In the front court is Sundell. Sundell with a right-handed dribble, feeds it right side to Glenn. Glenn on the drive in for the right, all the way with a lefty scoop, missed. Rebound on the floor, taken down by Kansas. Here comes Nichols on the push. Nichols in the front court, feeds it right corner to Franklin. Franklin jab step fake, works a scissor dribble, right baseline, spins in, right-handed hook, nope. Rebound Maupin. And Maupin hands it to Sundell. 39-32, 5.5 left in the third quarter. On the right side is Glenn. Briley Glenn holds and looks. Works off the screen, gets right down the lane and shoots it in. And the foul call. Briley Glenn attacks the basket, extends the lead to 9 with a free throw to come. 41-32, Kansas State with the lead. I mean, she got down the lane in a hurry. And she knew she had the bucket when she let it go with the left hand. Some of the best players that I've watched play women's basketball have been very ambidextrous. S'Mya Walker back on for Kansas State. Glenn gets ready, shoots the free throw. Good, 10-point lead. And give Glenn 11 points in the game to lead all scorers. 42-32, Kansas by 10. 5:18 left in the third quarter. Nichols in the front court. Nichols bounce pass left side to Mayberry. Out front to Legby. Over the top pass intended for Cobbins. Stolen by Walker. Ahead it comes to Glenn. Briley Glenn, front court to the right. Stutter step dribble. Over the top pass to Sanchez. In the lane. Lean in, flip. Nope. Maupin has the rebound. Is at a travel. Was ready to go back up, but she walked first. 42-32, Kansas State leads by 10, and we have a timeout. 4:57 left in the third quarter. And your score is Kansas State 42 and Kansas 32. In the Dillons Sunflower Showdown, matinee basketball continues on Snowman Multimedia after this timeout.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code SNOWMAN, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
All right, we're ready to continue on here in the third quarter. 42-32, Kansas State leads by 10, and I have a visitor with me. You want to say hi, Lucy? Look up here. You want to say hi, Lucy? This is Lucy. This is my little pup. And she kept looking up. I think at the end of the quarter, I know at the end of the quarter, you're going to have to go out, right? Yep. At the end of the quarter, she's going to have to go out. So I will make sure that gets handled. She's going to relax here with me. Briley Glenn leads with 11 points for Kansas State. And S'Mya Nichols has 8 to lead Kansas. In the Sunflower Showdown, Nichols brings it up. 42-32, Kansas State leads by 10. 4:50 left in the third quarter. Ball on the floor. Nichols able to get it back. Works against the double team. Picks up the dribble. Timeout called by Kansas. That is what defense can do to you and for you. So Kansas spends their first timeout. They'll have 3 remaining. Each team with 2 fouls, 2 team fouls. You're allowed 4 before you go into the bonus at 5. So let's take a 90-second timeout. 42-32 Kansas. Back at Kansas State, I beg your pardon. 42-32 Kansas State. Back after this.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
So my wife just asked a very important question. Is it 9-9 time yet? I think we ask each other that question a lot. 42-32, Kansas State leads Kansas by 10. And as mentioned, it's Briley Glenn who leads with 11 points. There we go. Briley Glenn leads Kansas State with 11 points. And it's S'Mya Nichols that leads with 8 on 2 for 5 shooting. Kansas is shooting 35% from the field. Kansas State at 39.5. Here's a stat of the day for you. The Kansas Jayhawks have not hit a 3-point goal yet. They are 0 for 9 from distance. Don't forget, later on today, we got the Packers and the 49ers for you. And tomorrow, we'll have Iowa and Ohio State, a top 20 matchup. Number 2, Iowa versus number 18, Ohio State. 42-32, 4:44 left in the third period. As Kansas State was led by as many as 15, saw their lead shrink to 4 on 2 occasions here in the third period. Now, lead by 10. They have it in play to Mayberry. A pitch out left corner. A 3 on the way is no good for Cobbins. Ball on the floor, and it's taken by Sanchez. Canessa missed that 3. Now in the left corner, Briley Glenn's 3. Nope. Ball on the floor to Sanchez. Missed the layup. Follow Franklin good. Or follow Walker good. I beg your pardon. 44-32. Kansas State by 12 and 4:18 left in the third quarter. Nichols on the move to the right. Hands it to Mayberry. Out front it comes to Canessa, and she throws it away as Maupin comes up with a steal. In the front court is Sanchez with a three from the right corner. Missed it. A rebound comes down to Nichols. S'Mya Nichols brings it up. Kansas with the ball. Left to right in the front court. Mayberry, Cobbins, Canessa. Now they have it underneath to Canessa, and she lost the ball. Glenn pushes it up. Glenn in the front court. Feeds Sanchez on the drive left baseline. Underneath the Maupin. Offensive foul. Offensive foul on Sanchez, and she's wondering where'd that foul come from. That's the third foul on Kansas State. And that was actually a good call as Cobbins got there. Before she can make the dish to Maupin. 44-32, Kansas State leads by 12. They've led by as many as 15. Mayberry hands it to Franklin. Out front, it comes to Telegdi. Telegdi hands it back to Mayberry. Over the top pass underneath to Telegdi. Reverse layup is in. Lead down to 10. Telegdi with her first bucket. 44-34, 3:18 left in the third quarter. Now they go underneath to Maupin. Spins, reverse, good. Good job by Maupin underneath. Lead extended back to 12. 3 minutes left in the third. Mayberry at the controls. Now finds Franklin. Dump pass underneath to Cobbins. Her hook pass left corner. A three for Kierskeider is an air ball. Rebound taken down by Cobbins, and she shoots it in with the left hand. 46-36. Lead back down to 10. 2:45 left third quarter. On the right side is Sundell. Walker has it out front. Now they have it back to Sides, and Sides had the ball tipped away. Sundell gathers it in on the right wing. Sundell to Maupin, back to Sundell. Sundell on the drive into the lane, goes all the way to the hoop and shoots it up no good, but a foul called. And let's see if that's a shooting foul or not. (46-36). Serena Sundell to the free throw line, 7 points in the game. She is 1 for 2 from the free throw line this afternoon. Sundell's free throw is no good. Now she's 1 for 3 from the line, so the best she can do is extend this lead to 11. 46-36, 2:27 left in the third quarter. Sundell tries again, got it. 47-36, lead is up to 11, and 2:25 left in the third period. Mayberry brings it up. Mayberry leans over the dribble between the circles in the front court. On the left side is Franklin. Franklin with a scissor dribble out front. Now in the left corner is Kierskeider. Kierskeider holds and looks, and we get a foul underneath on Maupin. And for Maupin, I believe that is her third foul. .213 left in the third. 47-36, Kansas State by 11. Kierskeider had her pass tipped away. Serena Sundell thought she got a hold of one, but was unable to come up with it. So now the Jayhawks have it in play with 2:10 left in the third. Here comes Mayberry with a scissor dribble, 11 to shoot. On the right side is Franklin. Franklin on the drive into the lane, lean in, flip, good. 47-38, lead down to 9, and 1:55 left in the third period. Walker has it off to the left. Zakia Franklin with a dozen. Out front it comes to Sides. She goes up, lays it up no good, drew the foul, and she'll shoot a pair with 1:43 left in the third. So Sides has 1 point in the game, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And that foul is charged, I believe, to Nichols. That's her second. Sides' free throw on the rim, out. So the lead stays at 9, 47-38. The second attempt on the way, good. 48-38 with 100 seconds left in the third period. Nichols in the front court, works it left. Nichols stops, feeds it left side to Kierscatter, and I just got brought a drink. Thank you, honey. On the drive right of the lane is Franklin, and she shoots it in and drew the foul. Brought me one of her great smoothies. So Franklin sitting on 14 points with a chance for 15. She's got it, and she's 5 of 10 from the field. 48-41, Kansas State by 7 with 80 seconds left in the third. Here's Glenn working off the screen. Jalen Glenn now finds Briley Glenn. Briley Glenn has really stepped up in the absence of Kansas's big star center. And to the free throw line, and the layup is good for Sundell. 50-41, 9-point lead. Ayoka Lee was the name I'm looking for and that I completely blanked on, and I talked about her all during the pregame show. Here's Nichols. Out to Cobbage. Here's Nichols, a three. Nope, and they still have yet to hit a three-point goal. 40 seconds for the third. Kansas State can get 2 for 1 if they hurry. You're in the front court, Sundell. Right side, Glenn. Back to Sundell in the right corner. Back to Glenn. Left wing three. No. Rebound chased down, out of bounds. It'll belong to Kansas. And now Walker will come back in for Kansas State. And it's sides that will get a break. So no shot clock. 27.8 left in the third quarter. Kansas is yet to commit a foul here in the third period. Nichols leans over the dribble in the front court. 16, 15, 14. Here's Nichols. Bounce pass right side to Legdy. Now finds Franklin. Out front it comes to Cobbage. Over the top pass underneath to Nichols. She muscles the shot up, no good, but drew the foul with 7.4 left in the third quarter. 50-41 our score. 7.1 left in the third period, and that's one of the few times that Nichols, who has been absolutely tortured this afternoon, I mean, she's been getting fouled all over the place. As Maupin indeed picks up the foul, that is her third. Nichols was slow to get up for a moment. She's up now. Honey, whatever you put in this smoothie, can I have another one, please? This is good. 7.4 left in the third period. And it's Franklin that will head to the free throw line. It is Nichols that will head to the free throw line for 2. Nichols free throw, got it. (50-42), 7.4 left in the third quarter. The second one, yep. And Mayberry back in for Kansas. And it's Nichols that will depart. 7.4 left in the third period. Gregory back in. Maupin will go out with those 3 fouls for Kansas State. Against full court pressure, they have it into Sundell. 5, 4, now 3. Sundell stops. 15-footer short. Rebound comes down to Kierscatter, and that's the period. We are done with 3. It is Kansas State 50 and Kansas 43. The money period is next after this. Yeah.
Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics, officially licensed everything. Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
My wife just brought me this awesome smoothie, and I said I wanted another one. So she comes in, blender in hand, and said, I'll give you some of this tropical mixture I made along with your cherry. So, of course, she had to make some room, and she took a few sips of mine, which is totally cool. I've done the same to her. I had to make some room, and I had to steal a few sips. 3 players in double figures for Kansas State. Walker and Serena Sundell each with 10. Briley Glenn with 11. And it is Akia Franklin that leads the way for Kansas with 15, and she leads all scorers. Ayoka Lee out for the next 4 weeks with an injury for Kansas State. And that's their superstar center. And I believe I have some lunch coming. Thank you, sweetie. Chili. I have chili now. Zakia Franklin, 15 points, 5 of 10 from distance. Briley Glenn for Kansas State with 11 leads them. Kansas State 5 for 17 from distance. Kansas 0 for 12. And Kansas has 13 turnovers. Kansas State has 6. And now Kansas State with the ball to begin the money period, moving right to left as Sundell turns on the dribble. Backdoor pass picked off by Kierskider. Mayberry in the front court to Cabo. Now finds Franklin. Franklin has it out front to Telegdi. On the right side, Mayberry. Mayberry lost the ball, able to get it back. Mayberry backs up on the dribble. Half a minute gone in the fourth quarter. On the right side is Cobbins, and Cobbins is called for an offensive foul. Kansas will have possession in case of a jump ball. Chris, I have an answer for you, buddy. Wyatt Thompson is the voice of Kansas State women's basketball. Now they dump it low to Sundell. Goes up, missed it. Sundell had the rebound, tipped down to Kierskider. Kierskider hustles it up the other way. Kierskider in the front court. Now finds Franklin. Franklin will run the spread. Franklin has it between the circles, 18 to shoot. Franklin on the left wing, on the drive into the lane, all the way to the hoop. Dump pass underneath to Telegdi. She shoots it in off the glass. What a pass. 50 to 45. 8:50 remaining in the money period. Sundell comes out front to Franklin. Franklin swings it left side to Glenn. Briley Glenn on the drive, left baseline. Spins, comes back outside Sundell. On the right wing is Gregory, back to Sundell with a 3, and it's good. And that's their first 3 since the second quarter. And that extends the lead to 8, 53 to 45. Again, that's their first 3-point goal since the second period. Their 6th of the game. Franklin has it outside left. Franklin, a standing dribble with a right hand, works her way into the lane, goes all the way to the hoop and shoots it up no good. She drew the foul. She'll shoot 2 more. It's been the Zakia Franklin show for Kansas. She has kept them in this game. They got out to a 10-point lead in the third quarter. It's single digits right now and a chance to bring them even closer. Franklin, 5 of 11 from the field, 5 of 9 from the free throw line. 8:17 left in the money period. Franklin's free throw, no good, off the back of the rim. It's getting good, says Christopher Hall. Grab your popcorn. Yes, indeed. It's the Dillon Sunflower Showdown, and glad you all can make it and join us for a triple header we have on the channel today. The second attempt on the way, rims out, rebound Walker. Walker brings it up in the front court on the right side. Gregory for three. No. Ball on the floor. Comes down to Kierskeider. That was a heat check three. Mayberry trots it up. Mayberry in the front court. Now finds Franklin. Franklin on the drive to the lane. A lefty hook, rims out, rebound Walker. 7:50 for the money period. 53-45 Kansas State. Now they run ahead. Ball tipped out of bounds. Belongs to Kansas. 7th turnover against the Wildcats. Gisela Sanchez hurries to the scorer's table. Yeah, I hope you got your answer, Christopher Hall. It is Wyatt Thompson, who is the longtime voice of the Kansas State women's basketball team. 7:44 remaining. And I'm just getting started. I'm going to latch on to a team, and I'm going to stay with them for a long time, too. Here's Nichols out front. Nichols on the drive. Spins in the lane. Lean in, flip. Got it! Nichols with 14. And the lead is 6, 53-47. I'm sorry, Nichols with a dozen in the game. Here's Walker. Over the top pass intended for Sanchez. It's picked off. And now a chance for Kansas to make this a 4-point game. Nichols has it this time outside left. Nichols backs up, standing dribble. Nichols works off the Telegdi screen. They look for Telegdi on the back door. Unable to get it. It's out of bounds. It belongs to Kansas State. The one thing that has killed Kansas in their attempt to come back has been turnovers. 15 of them this afternoon. Under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Sundell, standing dribble, feeds it left side to Glenn. Now finds Franklin. Franklin has it finds Walker. Walker has it back on the left wing. On the right side, Sundell, back to Walker. 10 to shoot, and we get a foul. Or do we have a timeout? We have a timeout. Timeout called by Kansas State. That's the first one they've spent this afternoon. So coming down the stretch, each team has 3 timeouts left. We'll take a break with them. 3 timeouts left. 6:44 left in the money period. It is Kansas State 53 and Kansas 47. Let's pause for this timeout.
Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything. Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Welcome back. Brian Snow here with you. It is Kansas State 53 and Kansas 47 with the first of three that we have for you today. The Baltimore Ravens are getting set to host the Houston Texans. After about, let's say, a 45-minute pause, we'll pick that one up in progress. And thank you to Christopher Hall, who subscribed to our channel today. Big 12 scoreboard sees Baylor trailing UCF 26-24. Oklahoma State trails 11th-ranked Texas 29-25, and we'll have Texas on Wednesday night. Later on is Texas Tech and BYU. Oklahoma and Houston and TCU had to cancel their game against Iowa State due to a lack of players. Here's Sundell, left baseline. Sundell fakes, comes back outside to Glenn. Jalen Glenn on the drive, left of the lane. Lost the ball, and a steal by Kierskiner. Kierskiner to Nichols. Whip pass left corner. Franklin three. Got it from the right corner. That is the first three-point goal they've hit today. And Kansas is as close as they've been since the first quarter. It's a three-point game with 6:15 left. This is getting good in Little Apple, Manhattan, Kansas. Glenn has it off to the right. Glenn, a three. Short. Rebound Sundell. Right back to the hoop and lays it in with the left hand. 55-50. Kansas State by 5. They've led by as many as 15. Nichols trots it up across the timeline into the front court, left to right. Angles right, finds Franklin. Franklin has kept Kansas in this ball game. Franklin with a scissor dribble out front. Franklin on the drive, left in the lane. Lefty hook, nope. Rebound taken down by Sundell. Sundell in Kansas State with the ball up 5. Here's Franklin, Walker in the front court. Walker has it on the left wing. Walker feeds it right side to Glenn. Briley Glenn leans over the dribble. Finds Sanchez off to the right. They trying to go backdoor. The ball's kicked out of bounds. And they'll reset the shot clock to 20. That's the time that Kansas State will have. 55-50. Kansas State by 7 and 5:25 left in the ball game. Baseline right. Glenn looks to pull the trigger. That's Sundell that looks to pull the trigger. In play to Sanchez. Sundell gets it back off the screen. On the left side, Glenn, left corner, Walker. Walker holds and looks with 12 to shoot. Walker explodes left baseline. Dump pass to Sanchez. Fakes, goes up, right-handed hook. Bank, no, rebound taken down by Kierskiner. Kansas with the ball with a chance to cut it to 3 or 2 with the wrong one. Nichols has it outside left. Nichols leans over the dribble, works her way into the lane, fakes, spins in the lane, shoots it up, no good. Rebound Sundell. Back comes Kansas State, leading by 5 and 4:55 for the game. Here's Glenn on the drive left baseline. Briley Glenn to the hoop, shoots it up, no good. Foul called, she'll shoot 2 with 4:52 left. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. We got turbulence and plenty of it in Manhattan, Kansas from the Bramlage Coliseum. 55-50, Kansas State leads by 5 as Glenn crashed into Cobbins and drew the foul. Each team with 1 foul. Briley Glenn, a 90% free throw shooter, 1 for 1 today. And Glenn on the afternoon has 13 points. And now Maupin comes back in. Walker to Parts. 55-50. Glenn gets ready. Shoots the free throw. Good. 56-50. 6-point lead for Kansas State. Kansas got to within 3 once upon a time. But now they trail by 6. Now 7 with Briley Glenn hitting both of those free throws. 57-50. 4:48 left. In the front court is Mayberry. Mayberry with a bounce pass to Franklin. They're going to run it through Franklin. Here's a 3 from the left wing. Good! A 3 is good for Kierskiner. 8 points in the game. 1 for 6 from distance. And the lead back down to 4. Maupin has it outside right to Sanchez. Sanchez spins right of the lane, comes back outside to Glenn. Jaylee Glenn on the drive, right of the lane. Over the top pass intended for Sanchez. Ball on the floor. It's stolen by Kierskiner. Here comes Kansas with a chance to cut it to 2. Kierskiner on the fly, into the lane. Lefty hook. Nope. Foul called. And Kierskiner shoots a pair with 4:16 left. What did my buddy Christopher Hall say, who just subscribed to the channel? It's getting good. Get your popcorn, folks. Women's basketball is going to be a hit for us on the channel. I really believe it, so we're going to go with it. We have Iowa and Ohio State tomorrow at high noon with an 11:45 start time for a pregame show. Kierskatter gets ready, shoots the free throw, rimming good. They are 12 of 20 from the free throw line. Kierskatter with a left-handed dribble. 1 for 1 from the line. The second attempt on the way missed. Rebound Sanchez. It's a 3-point game, 57-54, and 4:12 left. In the front court is Sundell. Sundell leans over the dribble between the rings. 4:05 left. Sundell pointing out coverage in the front court. Works her way to the right. Scissor dribble, keeps it alive with 12 to shoot. Cross court left pass to Glenn. Glenn goes up, scores off the glass. Jalen Glenn extends the lead to 5 with 3:48 left. And thank you, Victor, for the promotion in the chat. I appreciate it. Here's Franklin. Franklin works her way to the left. Franklin on the drive, pitch out right side, Kierskatter. Ollie Kierskatter holds and looks, 3:35 left. Kierskatter on the drive right of the lane, had the shot blocked, but a travel is called. 59-54. Kansas State leads by 5. They've led by as many as 15, and Kierskatter just lost balance in her foot momentarily. Sundell brings it up, 3:28 left. Sundell in the front court. Sundell on the drive into the lane, now comes back out on the left wing. Sundell now finds Walker. Walker back to Sundell. Out front, Walker, a straight-on three. Bang! And that's a big one! And just like that, the lead is 8, 62-54 in favor of the Kansas State Wildcats. This is the first time they've had a lead this big since halfway through the third period when they're led by 10. 46-36. What a big three from Walker. And she knew it was good when she let it go. 3:10 remains in the fourth quarter, I beg your pardon. Walker has 13 points. She is 2 for 3 from distance. Serena Sundell leads the Wildcats with 15 points. Briley Glenn next with 13. The stat of the day remains, Kansas is 2 for 14 from distance. Kansas State has hit 7 in 21 attempts. And I'll bring up a point that my partner on my morning show, Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, on our morning show said best. Haven't you noticed that this game has gone to a distance shooting contest? And you can thank Steph Curry for that. And I've said this about Stephen Curry. And I want to see Caitlin Clark do the same thing. Take an anomaly and turn it into a weapon. And that three-point shot is indeed a weapon. Kansas shooting 41.7% from the field. Kansas at 40.7%. This is getting good, folks. And remember, Ayoka Lee is out for Kansas State with an injury for the next 4 weeks to her ankle. They took a precautionary MRI on Thursday and made this determination. All right, on the floor for Kansas State, Walker, Glenn, Sundell, Glenn, and Maupin. For Kansas, Cobbins, Nichols, Kierskatter, Franklin, and Telegdi. They're going with the distance lineup as Franklin has it this time off to the left. Telegdi on the left wing. Now out front to Nichols. Over the top right corner to Franklin, and she's bumped in a foul called as Walker picked up the foul. It looked like Franklin, I beg your pardon, was going to cut loose with a three. Walker flew over to try to cover it. And on that fake, Walker bumped into Franklin. So no shooting foul. 3 fouls on Kansas State. They have it in play with 3 minutes remaining. 2:52 to be exact. Nichols dancing on the dribble right wing. Nichols on the drive to the free throw line. Works it left in the lane. Backs in on Maupin. Fakes. Lean in. Flip. Nope. With a left hand. Ball on the floor. Nichols trying to get it back. Ball on the floor still. Jump ball. Stays with Kansas with 20 on the shot clock. So now after this, they'll flip the possession arrow. 2:39 left in the ball game. Kansas State 62, Kansas 54. 2:39 left. They have it in play to Kierskatter in the right corner. There's been a spark plug in the fourth quarter. She goes up with the left hand and shoots it in. 6-point game. 2.5 left. Fasten your seatbelts, everybody. This is getting good at Bramlage Coliseum. Out front is Walker. Walker on the drive to the right. Walker works off the mop and screen, finds Briley Glenn. On the left wing is Jalen Glenn. Glenn with a scissor dribble. Glenn on the drive into the lane. Pitch out left side Walker. On the right side, Sundell. Sundell holds and looks. Moppin comes to set the screen. Gets it back on the pick and roll. Here's Glenn with a three from the corner. No good. Rebound to Legny. A hoop makes it a 4-point game. A long one makes it a 3-point game with 120 seconds left. This is good. Nichols has it. Front court to the left. Nichols on the drive, left of the lane. Comes out to Legny. 18-footer. Short. Rebound. Moppin claims the rebound. And now on the floor as Glenn slipped. Are they going to get it to the front court and call a timeout, or is she going to play through it? 100 seconds left, and time is called as Briley Glenn, who has been the savior for Kansas State this afternoon, slipped and turned her ankle at the same time. Ouch! Oh, man. And they're definitely taking a look at Briley Glenn. Hate seeing this, and she is in pain. She is in pain. She is walking, but she's getting some assistance. She cannot put a lot of pressure on that left ankle, I beg your pardon. So Briley Glenn will have to check out. Gabby Gregory will come in for her with some encouragement for Briley Glenn, who has been absolutely fantastic this afternoon. 100 seconds remaining. Kansas State with the ball, up 6. They haven't in play to Sundell. Sundell has been great also. And this is the player that one of my producers, Shane Lee, the super producer, said to watch. Here's Moppin on the drive right of the lane. Spins in, fake, lean in, flip. Nope, foul called. And Moppin shoots 2 with 1:27 left. Man alive, this has been a good game. Now I'm happy I did get this one. Don't forget, we got 2 for you beginning next week. Moppin to the free throw line. 1 for 2 from the line. Misses that one. 62-56. Kansas State leads by 6 with 1:27 left. This free throw can make it a 3-possession game. It's on the way, and it's good. That's a big one. 63-56. Kansas State leads by 7. Mayberry back in for Kansas. It's Mayberry, Cobbins, Nichols, Kierskader, and Franklin. The 5 on the floor for the Kansas Jayhawks as Mayberry trots it up. Mayberry in the front court, on the move to the right. Mayberry, right baseline, comes out to the right wing. Mayberry with a scissor dribble. Over the top pass to Cobbins. Cobbins holds and looks right baseline. Cobbins backs in on Walker. Backs in again with a lefty hook. Miss. Foul. Travel. Travel is called. And now it's Kansas State with the ball, up by 7, and 60 seconds left. And we get a foul with 1:04 left. That's their first in the last 2 minutes. I really think we're going to have fun with this. Here's Sundell, right baseline. Sundell, cross-court pass out to Glenn. And timeout call by Kansas State. Inside of the BetUS.com final minute, 54.1 to be exact, remaining in the money period. It is Kansas State 63 and Kansas 56. Kansas shooting 41.2% from the floor. Kansas State at an even 40. Kansas State 7 of 22 from distance. Kansas 2 out of 14. Next for Kansas State, they go to Baylor on Monday. They get BYU on the 27th. They're at Oklahoma next Wednesday. And then next Sunday, they go to Texas. And the Saturday following that, they have Oklahoma State in their house. So number 7, Kansas State, has a daunting schedule coming up. Tomorrow, we will have the Iowa Hawkeyes, number 2 in the nation, facing number 18, I beg your pardon, Ohio State, from Value City Arena in Columbus. Against pressure, they have it, and the ball's out of bounds, stays with Kansas State with 52.1 seconds left, and it's going to come down to a free throw shooting game. If you like what you hear and you like our women's basketball coverage, Give us a little support with a Cash App. And a foul called with 50.5 seconds left. The tag you need is $ tall man Dr. K50. We appreciate your support. 63-56. That first in the last 2 minutes. Now they come ahead to Glenn. Glenn spins in the front court, is fouled with 49 seconds left. And Kansas State will be in the bonus for the remainder of the game. 1 foul to give for Kansas State. 63-56. And to the free throw line comes Jalen Glenn. Yet to take a free throw this afternoon. Drills that one. Lead is 8. 64-56. We're still awaiting a report on Briley Glenn, who has been sensational this afternoon. The second attempt is good. And timeout call by Kansas. We'll take a timeout with them. 49 seconds left in this contest. Your score, Kansas State 65 and Kansas 56. Back after this.
Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially.
All right, quickly back to play. Franklin to bring it in. Foul line extended right. In play to Selegny, back to Franklin. 9-point lead for Kansas State. Here's a three for Kirschgeider. Is no good. Ball rebound out of bounds. It belongs to Kansas State with 42.8 seconds left. Cobbins comes back in to Legby out for Kansas. Now what? Do we have a timeout? Yes. Kansas has 1 timeout left. And they're staring 9-9 in the face. No, it's Kansas State that calls the timeout. They'll have 1 remaining. Matter of fact, each team will have 1 timeout left. Each team will have 1 timeout left. If you love our play-by-play coverage on Snowman Multimedia, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and help me and my family out with a Cash App. The tag you need is $ tall man Dr. K50. 9-point lead for Kansas State, 65-56, 42.8 left. Christopher Hall, I hope I answered your question. Wyatt Thompson is the voice for Kansas State women's basketball. Walker to bring it in. Foul line extended left. In play, it comes to Gregory. She's fouled with 42.1 seconds left. Kansas got as close as three separate times in this fourth quarter. But unfortunately, they were unable to get over the hump. 65-56. Gabby Gregory 2 for 2, 3 for 3 with a free throw. It's a 10-point lead for Gabby Gregory today. She has 4 points. Free throw on the way. Bingo. Now she has 4 points, all from the line. Timeout called by Kansas or Kansas State? Who spent the timeout? It is Kansas, and they are out. They are out of timeouts. Boy, we got some good ones coming up for you this week. Tomorrow, Iowa and Ohio State from Columbus. Wednesday, the Red River rivalry between Oklahoma and Texas. And we have a tentative for Thursday, LSU and South Carolina from Baton Rouge. Number 1 South Carolina and number 10 LSU from the Maravich Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So we're going to be busy airing some great women's college basketball this week. Foul line extended left. They look to come in. Franklin looks to pull the trigger. Holds and looks. Over the top pass into Telegny. Back out to the right side for Kirschgeider. Baseline jump. Got it. 67-58. 9-point lead. And Walker is fouled with 33.4 seconds remaining. And this game is pretty much in the book. So what we'll do is we will appoint our player of the game. We'll choose one from both sides a la CBS and NBC back in the day. And this may go with a four-way split. This might be a four-way split. Walker's free throw, got it, 68-58, 10-point lead. You should do Oklahoma versus Texas men's basketball on Tuesday. You know what, Chris? That's an idea. That is an idea. The second attempt on the way is good. Kansas, has no timeouts. 30 seconds left. This game's in the books. Kierskatter on the drive, left baseline, and turns it over with 24.2 left, and that is your ball game. If I do that game, Chris, will you and a lot of others tune in? Because I'll schedule it. If y'all will tune in, I'll schedule it. And that is going to be that. Down to the final 10 seconds. Fans on their feet at Bramlage Coliseum. Kansas State got a challenge from Kansas in the second half. But this ball game is over. And the Kansas State Wildcats make it 12 in a row, 18-1 on the year, 7-0 in the Big 12 Conference. They win by 11, as it turns out, 69-58. And the Kansas Jayhawks dropped to 9-9 on the year, 2-5 in the Big 12 Conference. The teams line up, they shake hands. This was a great ball game this afternoon with Kansas State playing shorthanded minus Ayoka Lee, and everybody that played for Kansas State this afternoon has stepped up big time. Boy, did they step up. A 1-minute timeout, and we'll tell you who our players of the game are in just a moment on Snowman Multimedia. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back.
Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit SnowmanMultimediaSports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to SnowmanMultimediaSports.com/Fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
Woo! What a game for Kansas State. They win 69-58 in the Dillon Sunflower Showdown, the Battle of Kansas, as Kansas State now moves to 18-1 on the year. They've won their last 12 in front of a full house at Bramlage Coliseum. Kansas gave it a go today. They gave them a challenge. They got to within three separate times in the fourth quarter, but were unable to finish climbing the mountain. Final one more time. Kansas State 69, Kansas 58. We'll come back with the wrap-up show. And if you know someone that wants to get the name of their business out there and use an alternative play-by-play method to do so, have them give old Snowman a call at 317-762-8567 or drop an email to snowmanmultimedia@gmail.com. And I will tell you at the beginning of February that there will be a new address for y'all to contact. 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll give you the final numbers after this.
Yeah.
Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit SnowmanMultimediaSports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to SnowmanMultimediaSports.com/Fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything. sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
Once again, your final score, Kansas State 69, Kansas 58 in this women's basketball matinee. Team stats look like this. Kansas shot 42% from the field, Kansas State 40. Here's the big difference in the game. Kansas was 2 of 15 from three-point land. Kansas State 7 of 22. The Wildcats were 18 of 23 from the free throw line. Kansas 12 of 20. 18 turnovers for Kansas, 11 for Kansas State. And Kansas wound up with 36 points in the paint and only 28 for Kansas State. Let's go over the final totals. Let's go over the final individual scoring totals in the ball game today. And I also mentioned that we were going to award our BetUS.com player of the game as I'm getting the final stats here. Just a whole lot for me personally to clean up, but you know something, it was a great game. We'll split our award this way, 3 ways for Kansas State. Serena Sundell, Briley Glenn, who finished with 13 points, and S'Mya Walker and Serena Sundell each finished with 15 points. Briley Glenn finished with 13 for Kansas State. Now I know how to navigate this. Mayberry fouled out for Kansas this afternoon. They were led by S'Mya Franklin, who led all scorers with 18 points. Holly Kierskider and S'Mya Nichols each finished with a dozen. So I'm learning how to navigate this on my tablet. Now that I know how to do it, I can do a better job with the post-game wrap-up for you guys. I appreciate all the direction you guys and all the love you guys have shown this channel and everyone involved this afternoon. Snowman, you did well, even though I was in and out of the chat. Thank you, Rye. I appreciate it. Christopher Hall says you did well. Chris, drop me an email at snowmanmultimedia@gmail.com, and we will talk. Am I still doing football? Yes. The Glenn sisters, not too shabby at all. And Briley Glenn, for me, really stepped up in a reserve role for Ayoka Lee, who was out for the next 4 weeks with an injury. Only one football game this evening because I want to spend some time with my family, of course, and spend some time shaping this up and really get a good intro together. Christopher Hall gave me a suggestion. I'm going to go ahead and follow it. Oklahoma and Texas will come your way Tuesday in men's basketball. Let's look at our entire schedule. Sunday we got tomorrow, which is we have Iowa and Ohio State in women's basketball. That's an 11:45 start. Will come your way at noon. Tuesday, men's basketball makes its debut, as we'll have Oklahoma and Texas. And Thursday, we will have LSU and South Carolina from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And then Saturday, We'll have Nebraska at number 2 Iowa. That is at 2 p.m. also. We're going to follow Iowa. That's our chief team that we're going to follow all the way through. But we're on to something. We are on to something, and I want to thank you guys for the suggestion. Christopher Hall says, my player of the game for both teams, Sundell, and the players for Kansas, Holly Kierskeider is the player that Christopher Hall was looking for. And Chris, we're going to talk. We are going to talk. I want to thank a couple people, and I'm fumbling my words, and forgive me for that. Cole Johnson, our executive producer, our co-coordinating producers, Michael Lyle and Shane Lake, the super producer, is back. My engineer and our producer in studio, of course, Jody Snow, a.k.a. the lovely Dr. K. Thank you all very, very much for this. Going to take a break and watch the Ravens game against the Houston Texans, and then I'll be back on at 7:45, getting you ready for the big one tonight, the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. Man, it's gonna be a good one. But we got a lot of women's basketball coming your way beginning tomorrow. It'll be our first full week of doing women's college basketball. I want to thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I appreciate it, and I will see y'all later tonight when we go to Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. For now, so long, everybody.